Hi guys, so a couple of people have asked me about my polytunnel, and I thought it'd be nice to give you a guided tour of it. So follow me and you can have a look. Right, so here we are in my wonderful polytunnel, and as we start here we have a load of mustard greens that have gone to seed, but I leave them there because the bees love them. And that's what's going on here. If you come around here, Cliff, can you bring the camera around here? Because I'm actually going to pull up one of these radishes because I want one for my lunch anyway, and I'm thinning them out. So here we go. Oh, lovely. So that's just a thinning. These radishes that will actually get about 6 inches long when they're fully grown. They're quite magnificent. And here, if I point with my radish, we see an interesting blob of poo, which we think belongs to a hedgehog. So that's quite exciting. We've got a few times we've had resident hedgehogs in the polytunnel, and we never see them, but they shit in here, so they must be here. So if you look now on the left, I think it's the left, yes, we have my fig plant, which does actually have one fig on it, but it did, the fig's right the way over here. Here we go, Figgy, you see him, beautiful. I'll look forward to eating him if I can keep the mice off him. And then here, we have very exciting, I think you'll have to zoom, this is quite a big bush, can you see this big bush? If you zoom in on the fruit, this is actually kiwis. Oh, actually it's probably flopping around horribly, that is, isn't it?
I got it.
Yeah, okay, that's my baby kiwi, so I'm really looking forward. We've had this plant a couple of years and it's never given us any fruit before, but this year is absolutely laden, so we're really looking forward to having a taste of what they taste like. And then if we go on our left again, we have this bed here was all meant to be potatoes, but only the ones at this end survived for some reason. We've never failed with potatoes before. So we replanted this lot with cabbages and Swiss chard. But down here we've got our little pond that is absolutely beautiful. It's literally just in a bucket, and it's the most fantastic thing from the point of view of keeping slugs at bay, because a blob of frogs spawn in there every year. The little frogs hatch out and they eat the slug eggs, and we just don't have slug problems in here. It's absolutely wonderful. And at the moment we've got a little frog floating around in there, and he's so gorgeous. I don't know if you can see him.
Yep, we've got him.
And then we've got on this side we've got broad beans, which is a bit sad that we live in such a cold place that we're growing them in a polytunnel, but there you go. And on this side we've got garlics. Because we love fruit so much, and because fruit's so easy to grow compared to vegetables, we're moving more and more over into fruit in this polytunnel. And because of that, we've got a peach tree here, and this is a cherry tree coming on. We've got a lovely stand of peas here, Monge 2s, which are absolutely delicious. Allow me to eat one in front of you. Lovely. And this is a green gauge tree here. But then if Cliff turns around, he will see our magnificent cherry tree. And then if he pans to the right, he will see all our fabulous raspberries. And we're just at the start of the raspberry season now, but the raspberries, we will carry on picking raspberries until probably August on this lot of raspberries. And again, the bees love them, they're all over them. I don't know if you can hear them. If I shut up, you might be able to. Perhaps not. Anyway, if you go down, go pan to the this way again, and we see our white currants there. I tell you, it's a fruit heaven in this polytunnel this year. And load of lettuces and stuff on the ground there, which I'm ashamed to admit most of them come from Lidl's cut and come again salad baskets you can buy, which I bought, chopped up and stuck in there. I'm just checking that I haven't got peas in my teeth. That's what I'm doing. Right, so on this side of the polytunnel we've got asparagus, our first asparagus bed. Asparagus is absolutely wonderful because it produces loads and loads of lovely spears in April when there's absolutely nothing else to eat out of the garden. And not only that, it makes your pea smell funny, which is very interesting. And then next to the asparagus we've got our bucket of fertiliser, which basically we make our own comfrey solution, which is just loads of leaves of comfrey that we allow to rot down in a dustbin, and then we pour the comfrey solution into the bucket and produce our own fertiliser, which is fantastic. And then carrying on down here, we've got a pumpkin plants and courgette plants. And at the back here, we've got a grapevine which has got probably about 20 bunches of grapes on it potentially there this year. I'm rather excited about that because for years it was tucked behind a table and I never pruned it properly, but this year I've pruned it properly and it really looks like it's going to pay off. Here we have our sweet corns. And if you notice, if you look at a lot of what's going on in this polytunnel, it's all mulched so that we don't have to do any weeding. So what you've got is we use 3 layers of newspaper, and then on top of those we cover them with reeds that we've harvested out of our field. So it's all recycled. We get the newspapers from Cliff's parents. We used to pull them out of the recycled paper bins, but nobody uses them anymore. So now we get his parents to bring up their newspapers, and then we harvest our own reeds to go on top. So I think that's about it. Hello, here I am in my outside garden, or one bit of my outside garden, growing things around here on a wet and wild Welsh hilltop. Is a bit more of a struggle without the polytunnel, but we do keep battling away, and you can see what we're managing to pull off in this. Okay, here I am. We're doing the grand tour now. You're going to wish you hadn't asked, because this is our £2.50 table that Cliff made me. Basically, the legs are made of larch that we grew in the field. The top is slab wood that we got for like £40 for tons and tons of it. And I think the £2.50 came from the screws to screw it together and the linseed to stop it going rotten. So this was my birthday present off my darling husband last year, and I absolutely love it. It's wonderful sitting out here on a sunny day. And to go with my wonderful table, I used a load of old rock we had lying around to build this new bed here. And the plan was to fill it with flowers, but when I got some bargain potatoes at the supermarket, I couldn't resist sticking them in instead, because my stomach rules my aesthetics around here. So if you just turn around now, we've been quite busy on the growing stuff recently because this fruit cage is all quite new. And the reason for the fruit cage is that blueberries grow really well where we live. And they're one of the few fruits that do grow well outside, but unfortunately the birds like them even more than we do. So we've built this fruit cage just to keep our blueberries safe from all the predatory bleeding blackbirds there are around here. And this year we're going to have a sensible crop for the first time, I think, so it's a bit of a monoculture, but it's going to be fab. And then if we go further this way, there's something else that Cliff's built pretty recently. You built this spring, didn't you?
Yes, this
spring.
season.
So this is and it's full of my tomatoes at the moment. Got tomatoes, it's got all the greenery here, and it's got some nice cucumbers if you come in here. I'm starting to harvest these, can you film that?
Yeah, got that.
I'm starting to harvest these mini cucumbers now, so we've got plenty of mini cucumbers and lettuce for our tea. And if you look round here, if you look here, can you do this?
Just seeing the cat.
Oh, the cat. Yeah, these are going to be swallows' nests, I hope. I've got this design for swallows' nests. I cut them in half and stick them to the porch in the school. And with any luck, I'll get my swallows back, because I used to have them nest here. But when we finally sorted out the school and stopped them going in there, they've gone away. But I'm hoping to get them back by bribing them with some ready-made nests. That's what I hope. There we go. Okay. Before I go, I've got to show you this. I'm so chuffed. If you have one of these 100 things to do before I die lists, finding my own deer antler will be right up there, and I found it the other day, so I'm so chuffed with myself.